Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're like me and you're learning multiple languages at the same time, this video is for you. I hope I can give you some helpful tips on how to manage it because it's not easy to find the time to learn various languages. In my case, I study English, German, Korean, Estonian, Thai, and Mongolian, and sometimes even Chinese and Japanese. And yeah, I have learned two of these languages, so English and German, at school, and Korean by myself. But it is important to manage your time and use every minute that you have, even if you are driving to work or commuting to school. Just use these few minutes to do something. For example, listen to a podcast or maybe watch some YouTube video or read through your old notes, because what is also important, I highly recommend reading through your old notes. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I'm this type of person that has to have everything written down, and I go over it many times with a highlighter, and I just repeat everything. And another thing that I have heard people often say is don't learn similar languages. I experienced something like this with English and German. So we started learning German in 7th grade, I believe. I now graduated high school, so 6 years. And I still have some sort of more like English sounding pronunciation when I'm speaking German. It is, of course, better than in the beginning, but still, and you can hear it in my voice. And what often happened in this school year, while I was reading in German, I tended to say and instead of und, or also instead of auch, or stuff like this. I wouldn't also recommend learning Korean and Japanese together, or languages like Spanish and Italian or French together, because you can easily confuse it. Like, it is easy if you know one language to an intermediate level, and then you can get things in the second one more easily. But I believe it's not always the case, because I have been learning Korean for over 3 years or so, and when it comes to Japanese, I still cannot read or write katakana. I struggle with hiragana, kanji. These are just my nightmare. Okay? So it will be not surprising if I say that I also struggle with Chinese. But on the other hand, when I started learning Mongolian just for fun, I picked up the alphabet really quickly, because some sounds are very similar to Polish, or I should say, maybe they are more similar to Russian and a bit of Ukrainian, because all these languages use Cyrillic alphabet, and the sounds just are close to Polish, and it was really easy for me to get. And so I would recommend, if you're studying many languages, if you are a beginner in all of them, just group languages that are not as similar as related to each other. For example, what I often do is I do Korean and Estonian, German and Thai, and or even maybe Korean and Thai. This is also possible for me because my Korean is on a higher level and I am still a beginner in Thai. But I wouldn't recommend like Chinese and Japanese with Korean or so. So, another thing is just to know your motivation, because when you study a lot of languages, even if you just study one, you're going to experience moments when you just feel like giving up. I cannot tell you how many times I wanted to quit, even though learning languages is something I absolutely love and adore since I started learning French before Korean. Just just a disclaimer, I don't speak French at all. Maybe just a few words. But you need to remember why you started, because it will help you go through the moments when you feel like you can't do this anymore. And if it happens with one language, then another and another, if you're learning many of them, this is going to be discouraging. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I thought I wouldn't pass the spoken exam in from German, but I did. I got 100%. But I wanted to give up. I was thinking like, what the fluff did I do deciding to take this exam? I could just take only the written one. But no, I took also the spoken one and it was okay, but then I just didn't have energy for Korean because I felt like I couldn't move on with speaking. Then I really struggle with remembering Thai vocabulary. Estonian grammar is just impossible. Like, the Polish language has 7 cases, Estonian has 14. And Polish and Estonian cases are just completely different, okay? It's just impossible. Mongolian has just very difficult pronunciation. With Japanese and Chinese, I struggle with writing, and that's why I cannot speak these languages at all. So, you need to remember why you started. And I just sometimes watch these music videos, these K pop music videos, that made me fall in love with K-pop and with Korean. And I just go over my old notebooks to remember why I wanted to learn this language so much. Then for Thai, I study it because I have a Thai friend, and I sometimes go through our old conversations or my notes or notes that she wrote for me and everything she was teaching me. And I'm just like, I wanted to speak even a little bit of Thai if she visits us once again. The problem comes when you learn the language just because you like it and it's interesting for you. That's what I'm doing with Estonian and Mongolian. So it is a bit more difficult, but with Estonian now I have a reason. I wanna travel to Estonia, so if you need the language for traveling, work, or anything, like this is going to be your reason. And if you are fluent in another language, for example, English is my second language, so I learned Korean through it. I sometimes translate Estonian words to Korean or German, and most of my languages I learn through English, not through Polish. And I believe this is called a ladder method or something, that you build the knowledge in another language with a language you already know. And maybe for some of you, this can be helpful to have the external motivation, like language exam or school. For me, I decided to take German as a subject on Matura exams. These are the end of high school exams in Poland. But I chose German also because I knew that if I want to have anything from these 6 years of studying, and if I want to improve, I need to force myself by just having the exam to write and the spoken one too. I could just go with the written one, and like you need to have at least one spoken exam from foreign language. I could go only with English, but I chose German too. And this just forced me to have really sit and study and to have classes online with my German teacher, and just to focus, to cram the vocabulary, to practice speaking and writing. Und jetzt bin ich immer besser. Entschuldigung für meine Aussprache. But whatever, this is not a multilingual vlog. Ale teraz tak w sumie trochę mnie naszło, żeby zrobić wielojęzykowy filmik, gdzie gadam w wielu językach. Hajiman jigem anio. Yeah. I love switching between languages, even though it's very difficult. And these videos that I make for you, even though they are very like unprofessional, I just got a new mic. I have this lamp. I'm filming with my phone. I edit on my phone. But these are just moments when I can speak my target languages. And since I graduated high school, I have less and less opportunities to speak English. And as you can probably hear in the beginning of this video, I sounded a bit rusty, I struggled with pronunciation, and now this is hopefully better. I hope so. So, what I wanted to say is just find yourself, or maybe just put yourself out there in the situations where you can practice these languages. Surround yourself with various languages. But if you are studying many languages, this is going to be difficult because I consume a lot of English content, and when I try to watch something in German or Korean, I'm just like, what, no, but why, where? I think like majority of my social media stuff, so like on YouTube and Instagram, are in English and some in Polish, but just force yourself sometimes to listen to a short podcast episode. Watch some YouTube video about something you're interested in, and if they have subtitles in your target language, this is the key. This is just how I learned to understand, more or less, written Korean. Just like, yes. If you can speak, speak. Even if it will sound a bit rusty dusty, or how I like to call myself, speaking Korean like a drunk dog. Yeah. Um, even if you make mistakes, just speak. I cannot even count how many mistakes I've made throughout this video, but what is the most important? People can understand you. You can understand stuff. Like, I mean, I believe I can understand C1 stuff, but my speaking is just so. Pictures are falling. This is, by the way, my cat coming into the room. He learned how to open the doors. And yeah, if you have the opportunity, speak. Like in my last video, I was in Warsaw, so the capital of Poland, on the author meeting with Sonwon Pyong, and even though my Korean is not fluent at all, I spoke Korean to her. And the girl that was here to translate for people and for the author, she just helped her write my name and the name of my friend. Of course, this must have been difficult. But even though later I have realized I used the wrong grammar form, like it wasn't really that wrong, but uh, I have said Jushilkayo instead of Jushileo. But what is most important, that Miss Son understood me. And yeah, if you have international friends and if you're learning their language, just try to write even some short sentences. Sometimes when I text my Thai friend, I'm like, "Sawadina, sabaydi mai, is everything okay? Now I'm in Rongrian." Yeah, and some stuff like this. And I am playing with Meo Kong Chan. Like, I just put some Thai words I know in the sentences. I'm just mixing it all. But try doing this, because like this always gonna be nice to them. And when my Thai friend replies with some Polish words, even this short chest is it just melts my heart. Okay, even though this is just the easiest greeting, and if she says some other words, it just melts my heart. And what is also funny, one time when we talked in English, like she forgot how cucumber was in English, and she was like, how to say ogórki in English. She knew it in Polish. And like the same ones happened for us for potatoes. And what I had in mind were cucumbers and potatoes in all other languages I knew, but not in English. I knew it in Polish, in German, in Korean, even I believe in Estonian, but I couldn't remember how it was in English for a few seconds. And just like these situations also force you to remember vocabulary. So, if I'm giving some story time, this means it's time to wrap up this video and try to get something out of this in editing. And yeah, see you next time. Take care and bye.